Hi, I'm Liv Long, CEO and founder of SMSFAI. And today I have with me Ali Rosenberg from Blossom. Welcome, Ali.
Thank you so much for having me.
So what prompted this interview was Ali and I had a chat at the SMSF conference this year in 2025, where the ATO just released the statistics that indicated that the APRA regulated funds had returned just 5.3% over the 5-year period to 30 June 2023, compared to self-managed super funds at 6.5%. Now, when we got talking about that, Ali, you mentioned the type of returns your product is generating, which exceeds, which it sees that as a starting point. So I thought, what better opportunity to get you on, talk about what you do, and go from there. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I'm Ali. I'm a co-founder of Blossom. I studied finance at university. I went on into venture capital investing for 4 years. I then went into startups and joined an early stage business for another 4 years. And then that brought me into COVID, where Gabby, my sister, and I decided to start Blossom together. The story behind our business is that we come from a long lineage of finance professionals, dad, uncles, cousins, everyone around us. Really, the dinner table discussion is all about finance. And during COVID, we all remember the context. Interest rates were at an all-time low, and we saw high net worth investors completely shifting to the fixed income market because of the volatility surrounding, and everyday Australians were just being left out of any of the opportunities. And we ourselves were looking at what to do with some of our own savings, and we realized very quickly that there were just barriers to entry. We were priced out of the market. There were high minimums, high fees, long lockups, and it was just fixed income itself was a inaccessible asset class. And so we decided to build Blossom. We just wanted to work out how we can bring this to really democratize the asset class. And we've now got 30,000 customers. We've got $110 million under management. So we have 2 products. One is called Blossom Save, that has a target return of 5.7% per annum. Returns are compounded daily, and you can start with just $5. And then we have Blossom Plus, which is a higher target return. Now it's 6.75% per annum. Withdrawals are quarterly. There's a $5,000 minimum. And this product actually came directly from customer feedback. Many wanted the option to lock in for that higher return. And it's really popular with SMSFs, as you would know, and businesses with idle capital, great for medium to long-term goals. And with us, with our 2 products, so there's no account or withdrawal fees. Earnings are posted daily to your account, so you actually get to see the progress each day. It's a nice dopamine hit and a bit of motivation to stick to what you're doing. And ultimately, we just designed a product that we wanted for ourselves, which is flexible and frictionless.
Yeah, so how would you describe for, I suppose, newer investors what fixed interest is and where it sits in a portfolio?
Sure. So fixed income investing is all about preserving capital, generating predictable returns. Our strategy actually is also to fight inflation, and it includes things like government and corporate bonds, which you'd be familiar with. You're essentially lending money to a borrower and receiving interest payments, a fixed payment, and receiving your principal at the end of the term. So bonds are not a new thing. They've been a staple for particularly high net worth investors and institutions for a very long time. And in volatile markets, they're often this flight to safety, lower volatility, reliable income. So for SMSFs, fixed income play a key role in particularly diversification. It balances out that equity and property exposure that we're all way too familiar with, and provides that steady income, just helping to reduce the overall portfolio risk.
And so why is it so relevant, particularly right now?
Yeah, great question. We're in a really interesting moment. Equity markets are volatile. Everyone's felt it. Interest rates the cash rates come down. We're expecting it to go down again. So term deposits and cash rates are falling. And investors, especially SMSFs, are looking for those dependable alternatives. Fixed income, especially investment grade bonds now, is shaping up to be one of the best risk-adjusted investments of the year. And so for those SMSFs that have felt the volatile equity run, it's a great way to bring stability and strength back into your portfolio.
So how easy is it for an SMSF to get started with Blossom?
Super easy. We built a 10-minute self-serve process. It's all online through our mobile or web app that fully supports the SMSF structures. Or if someone prefers, our team can open the accounts with you over the phone, or they can do it on your behalf and help with the admin thereafter. So it's extremely seamless, and really we've built ourselves as tech first. And then we provide all the reporting and the tax documentation that trustees and that advisors and accountants need. So yeah, it's designed
at the end of the year.
Business.
So, and I should mention as well, this is obviously available to all investors, not just self-managed super funds.
Yeah, absolutely. Individuals, businesses, trusts, self-managed super funds, charities, anyone with that idle capital sitting there that needs to be put to work.
Yeah. So what kind of uptake have you seen from SMSFs?
Yeah, it's extremely exciting because it's been one of our fastest growing customer groups, organically growing customer groups.
Yes.
The average account, as I mentioned, is over $220,000 now, and we're managing over 110 million from 30,000 customers, but there's hundreds of unique self-managed super fund customers in there. But interestingly, like the broader growth in the SMSF sector, the average age of our customer is declining. So we started with an average age of 57, it's now at 55. So we're just seeing, or my understanding and from being at the conference is that more trustees, younger trustees, are getting proactive about managing and preserving their wealth, which is just super exciting.
Yeah, it is, absolutely, which is why it's so good to be able to share information about products like this that they might not otherwise know about.
The education piece. I mean, we chatted about this, and many advisors don't feel confident recommending fixed income. It's not a product they know deeply, so they just stick to equities and property. That's something that we're really trying to change, and fixed income, it really doesn't have to be complex. We're making it transparent, we're making it accessible and simple. And I think maybe you shared this stat with me, but 1 in 20 Aussie retail investors hold bonds. So we need to change that. It's too little.
Yeah, absolutely. So how would you describe the risk for a trustee in putting their money in a product like this? How risky is it?
It's a very important question. Like any fixed income fund, there's investment risk. We detail it in our PDS and all our important information, which you should definitely have a look at. But we've put strong risk mitigation in place, which gives us confidence in being able to deliver our target returns. And some of those mitigation strategies is, well, firstly, we've been able to deliver on our target return every day since we launched the business.
Wow.
But our team, so our fund manager is Fort Lake Asset Management, and the group is led by Dr. Christian Bayless. He has over 21 years experience managing fixed income at UBS and the RBA. He's gone off on his own and is now managing over $1 billion, of which we are 111 million as of yesterday. So yeah, we have great confidence in the incredible team. And then I guess the key factor is the diversification of our fund. So we hold, I think at the moment it's 411 positions in investment grade positions. And that's really what makes fixed income so powerful as well. There's deep global liquid markets. And so diversification across investment grade positions just really helps us mitigate the risk.
So what would you say the biggest challenge is in getting SMSFs into fixed income?
Yeah, it's really the education piece that we touched on and awareness, but I'd love to turn that question to you actually from your experience dealing with trustees and advisors. Why do you think we're dealing with this issue?
So I think a lot of it comes around awareness. So general people just don't know these products are out there. And part of that reason is because we are lacking financial advisors in Australia. It's no secret in the industry that there's a huge shortage of people in the advice space. And as a result, I think the medium-sized investors really are missing out on being educated on what they need to know in order to make investment decisions. So I'd say that education and awareness is definitely is key. So Ali, what's next for Blossom?
So in December last year, we launched in New Zealand, which was a really exciting expansion for the team. We have just rolled out joint accounts. So for individuals that want to invest together or contribute to shared goals, kids accounts will come later in the year. But really long term, we're just focused on being the go-to platform for fixed income investors in Australia and New Zealand. But yeah, having a product that supports hundreds of thousands of Australians across every different life stage, whether you're a first-time saver and just wanting to tap into fixed income for the first time, whether you're saving for a home or for retirement, it really doesn't matter. We just want to be able to offer an array of products that suit your flexibility and target returns appetite.
Yeah. So if I'm thinking of my son, for example, who's saving for his first car, perfect first-time investor, where would he go from here to get started?
Yeah, so you can just head to Blossom.app.com, which is our website. From there, you can download the app, or you can on your iPhone or Android, or you can use our web app, which works in the exact same way. You can get started with $5, no fees, no fuss really. For individuals, it really takes 2 minutes to get started, some basic information about yourself. And for SMSF, up to 10 minutes, just filling in our self-serve form. Or as I said, you can reach out to us directly and we'll guide you through the entire setup. So.
Brilliant. Okay, well, that's been very informative. Thank you so much for your time today, and good luck with your venture. We look forward to seeing you hit the 200 mil mark.
Thanks so much. I appreciate you spending the time with us today.